Well, our special guest today on Absolutely Famous is Lee Tepuia, founder, operator of Box On Boxing in Blenheim, New Zealand. And Lee and his club are leading a mini revolution in my old hometown with their boxing and fitness programs, inspiring young and old people to change their lives around. Lee, good evening, mate. Great to have you on the show, and really exciting stuff has happened to you recently. Tell us about your latest acquisition.
Yeah, hey John, how you going, mate? It's been pretty busy in the last few weeks actually. Last couple of months has been busy, but just in the backgrounds, we just been trying to get our own venue, and we finally opened our own boxing gym for Box On Boxing Blenheim to the community. So it's a community-based gym now. So pretty stoked about that.
Oh, that's wonderful, mate. Wonderful. And you've really struck into a bit of a seam of gold, haven't you, in Blenheim? Because you had a tough upbringing yourself. You went through some real adversity later in life, and has that sort of helped you, get your message across?
Yeah, no. As a lot of people in Blenheim, they know my story. I've just brought out a podcast for a guy through up in Auckland, 501 as well. He started his own podcast, on the Fallon show, and that sort of opened the door for me to tell my story, John, and open up a bit more of what I went through and what I've gone through,
You can see it. I can see even from the videos, just you've lit a spark, haven't you, in these kids especially?
Yeah, some of my kids, man, it's just, like I've always said, their backgrounds they come from, it's just lack of confidence, John, that's what it is. Not believing in themselves, and, when it comes to this sort of stuff, especially boxing, it shows people that you can do things, because boxing is a hard sport to be in, and it's you need a lot of coordination in that as well. And a lot of these kids, they always say to me, I want to come to boxing, but I can't do it. I can't do this and that. And when you put your mind to it and you watch these kids do it, it puts a big smile on your face, man.
Yeah, I bet. I think you're attracting all sort of demographics and age group, aren't you? There's no sort of set, just everyone from the community coming along.
Yeah, everyone from the community coming along, and it just started off word of mouth, really, and then we did hit social media and that, but most of our stuff has been through just word of mouth and that, friends of friends and stuff like that,
The self-esteem's a huge, isn't it? I mean, you obviously struggled with that, and you struggled with severe depression, I know, and at a time when you're incarcerated over in Australia for no reason.
Yeah.
How did you break out of that? Was there a key moment that sparked you?
Yeah, just when you go through those dark times, a lot of people don't understand. When you reach that dark spot, man, it's you try to make your way out of it. And for me, it was my family and my kids, and my grandkids that sort of turned me around, and especially with my mum's health as well. I had to, it was sort of a wish that I gave mum as well, that she sort of said to me, you need to sort yourself out and get myself sorted before I really sorted anyone else out, but I was doing both stuff, because I was seeing other people going through stuff, so I sort of just helped myself out, and then, started to help other people, and I see the goodness of it,
Some wise advice for your mum too, because you do have to be right yourself, don't you?
Yeah, that's your number one thing. You sort of want to change things, but it's really changing yourself as well, and putting yourself first, and then working from that.
So I guess you can see almost straight away these kids and adults, their confidence and self-esteem when they can see that, hey, I can do this.
Yeah. It's even through like messages. We get a lot of Facebook messages for our boxing page, and just the first words they say to us, it's like, I've never done boxing before, I'm unfit, or I can't do this, I can't do that, and it sort of just talking to them, through messaging and giving them that confidence and stuff like that. And like I tell everyone for a missus, part of the thing is, it's actually not the boxing. It's actually trying to walk through that door. That's what a lot of people get not intimidated, but they see people there that are pretty good at doing boxing and doing stuff. But really, what they don't know, John, is that they were actually in the same position as they were. When they first walked through the door. And I tell people exactly the same as you, and they were, didn't know how to skip or didn't know how to throw a punch, that they practiced it, and we gave them the belief that they can do it, and that's all it is, John. Like the boxing for me is the easy bit. I think it's just walking through that door and committing yourself and realizing that it's doable.
I think the big thing that you actually remind me of a Nelson Mandela, who was incarcerated for a long, long time, and you could have come out all bitter and twisted, and but you've gone the other way. Your forgiveness, and you've obviously had to do a bit of that, and you've turned it into a positive.
While I was going for my stuff for the last couple of years, mate, I was having a look around Blenheim, and I was noticing a lot of our youth and other people going through a lot of stuff, and there's not much for them to do here. And it took me a few years to start watching what's going on through Blenheim and stuff like that. And now it's just it's incredible, really, and it's emotional. It's been an emotional ride too, John. The stuff that I hear and things that I see, it gets real emotional sometimes.
Well, I guess you're like a counsellor too, I guess, that people will feel as though they can unload on you a little bit like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't so much, I like the word mentor,
Yeah, mentor, that's the one.
For our young kids and some of the adults stuff, they just don't know who to talk to sometimes. And a lot of people see me, I can understand their life and their backgrounds.
Yeah.
And a lot of people can sort of understand where I'm coming from, because I'm just straight up and I tell them, look, I've been there. I know what you're talking about, and it's all about just talking to someone. And like I tell everyone that we talk to, man, give them their 5 minutes of your time, mate, John, and that's all people need, just for someone to listen to and someone to stand.
You did right, because listening's a real skill, Lee. A lot of people can talk, but It's not until you listen that you actually learn stuff.
Yeah, and in my opening, man, it was just like I don't know, a lot of people say, this is your day sort of thing, but really it wasn't. It was an actual day for our community, and it was a day to show people how far we've come, and just to show the youth that I've got that I train and that have come a long way, and that's what Sunday was all about, and opening our gym to the community.
Yeah, I think it's wonderful. Are you receiving any financial support, or is it sort of pay as you go?
It's all been self-funded at the moment. So I've spent a lot of money on this, and it's the $5 that my kids and the adults give us, the $10, and it always pops up now, and we're always getting people, $10 is not enough, $5 is not enough. Like I said from when I first started this, it's actually not about the money, John. Some people might be able to afford the $5, but some people might not be able to, and we're one of those gyms where, okay, if you pay it next week, we're not, not out there, chasing it and stuff like that. And a lot of our kids and adults, they understand that.
Yeah.
So we are starting to get organisations that have reached out to us, and we've definitely got the council on board. The council, we had a couple of MPs there, so it was pretty good, a couple of councillors there, and they can't believe how we've actually grown it by ourselves, and stuff like that. So we do have a lot of people about to jump aboard and help us out. It's just getting it going with them,
I think it's wonderful. It's probably doing you a hell of a lot of good too, is it?
Yeah, no, it is, you know, it's, you know, the, especially the kids, they keep me on my toes, like I say, you know, especially my baby boxers, you know, you see them, and a lot of people that understand that, I tell the parents that you want to bring your kids, that's cool, but they're not really going to learn too much boxing, you know, because they're all about running around and getting excited, and, you know, if one kid be silly and pulls his face, well, it's just a chain reaction. So you got all these kids, you know, but they love it, you know, and a lot of my young kids, they are starting to learn their numbers and some nice boxing techniques and stuff like that, you know.
So it's good. So what age group do you start at, and what's the limit?
Well,
No limit.
we said we said it was supposed to be 7 to 10 year olds for baby boxers, and we were going to limit it to like 8 kids, but we sort of went down to 5 year olds to 10 year olds, and then our classes, they range from 12 to 15 kids in the class. And then we've got our intermediate class. Intermediate class, that's 11 to 13 year olds. That's a pretty big class. That's my class that we usually get about 24 students here. You know, it's a pretty good solid class. Tuesday nights we've got the women's box fit. A good friend of mine, Tiana Schoon, she's been in the boxing scene for a while here and in Australia, and she takes my box fit class, and she just started taking over the Thursday beginners class for technical work for boxing for the women, and they love that class. Then I've got my youth class Wednesdays and Fridays, which is a cool class, and then I've got we've got an open mixed class Wednesdays and Fridays, and then on Thursdays we got our over 30 men's. We call them the Silver Foxes. You know, so we're going to sort of change that a bit because we've got a lot of younger fellas that want to come in just basic training. So that'll be a good class for them to join in. And then obviously we've got my fighters class. I've got I've got 3 fighters at the moment. You know, I've got a young boy Rowan and Phoenix. Rowan's he's our South Island champion at the moment for 60 kilos.
Fantastic.
You know, another boy that's come a long way. He started in my garage. He got up champ. We're just about to go to Canterbury in Wellington. And then I've got Shanae. She's my first woman boxer. So she came to my gym at the start of close to nearly the start of the year. And she just came down to do some, just wanted to come down and have a little play around in the ring, get back into it. And then, I've just seen something in her, and I said, hey, do you want to, come and jump in the team? And she's like, yeah. So she had her first fight a couple of months ago against a girl that had 19 fights, I think. But we lost on a point, but she done good for her first fight. So it's a big achievement for her.
Fantastic.
And then, and then we've got, and then we're just about to start a new class. We've had a bit of a demand for it. A parent and kid night. Mum or dad with their kids. So we're just going to start that next week on a Tuesday. So we had some big demands for that, and a lot of messages for that. So we're looking forward to doing that class.
Do you get a day off during the week?
Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah. I bet your family are proud, mate. Do the kids get involved?
I have got, we are putting a couple of our people that have helped me through their licenses soon. So that'll be good. And I was at the opening. We had a couple. Hang around for a while, and we had a guy come up and ask me a couple of things, and he's actually from England, so he's got a pretty good career behind him. He's been in Blenheim for a while, and he's got a pretty good record back in England, and he's missed doing boxing, and he's asked to come down and join in and help out where he can. So it's good to get someone like that on board.
Oh, that's terrific. That's terrific. What about your family? Are they involved? I know they're as proud as punch of ever.
Yeah, I've got, like we're busy, and, I've got Anne, she's on the financial side of it. I've got a real strong committee, I've got a couple of good people that are doing the hard work in the background through social media. Obviously, we've got a website up now, and all the, fancy stuff you see on our Facebook page ain't me. It's the background stuff, you know. So got all those people, which without them, I don't think we would have grown as more as we have at the moment.
Good stuff,
so,
mate.
Mm.
It's great teamwork. Lee, you're doing a wonderful
Yeah.
job, mate. Wonderful. It's one of the good news stories of the years for me, that's for sure.
Yeah, you know, for me too, John. It's you know, a lot of people say, "Oh, you've done good," and I said, you know, we've only just started. You know, honestly, John, there's a lot of stuff going on here in Blenheim, and like I said at my opening, people need to start talking about it. And I'm just all about helping young youth, you know, especially through mental health and depression, and going through suicidal thoughts and that as well. You know, I've had a few of my kids and you know, adults starting to talk about that sort of stuff, and just telling them that, you know, and just tell them there is a way out there. You know.
Yeah, I think it's wonderful that they've got a vehicle now to do that. They can go down there and feel comfortable and talk.
If you feel comfortable and talk, and just come to a safe place where, hey, this is a place where you can talk about that stuff. You know, like I tell my older fellas that, especially my over 30s, you know, the older guys, they go to work and, you know, have a stressful day, but just come to the gym for a hit out, man, and hit the pads, hit the bags, and just go and have relaxed time with your family and have family time. You know, leave all that stuff at the gym.
Yeah.
And just go home and reset your mind and enjoy family time, eh?
Yeah, great advice. Great advice, Lee. Congratulations on all you're doing and all your helpers and your family, and long may it continue, and I look forward to catching up with you down the track and seeing how you're going.
Yeah, no, definitely, John. Awesome. And just to, you know, anyone wants to follow our page, you know, Box On Boxing Blenheim. We're on Instagram now. We just opened up an Instagram page. We've got our website up and running now too, boxonboxing.com. So it's a pretty big thing for us.
That's wonderful. All started in the garage, eh?
All started in the garage with three students, man.
Good on you, mate.
And now, now I've got, we've at least got 100, I reckon 130, 150 on the book. So it's good, you know, not bad for someone like you said, started in the garage and all self-funded and stuff like that. So yeah, but we are getting the community behind us, which is good. A lot of people want to jump on board, and like I said to everyone, and this is a community gym. This is all walks of life, and any person coming into my gym. So that's what it's all about.
Good on you, Lee. You're doing a wonderful job. Congratulations, mate. And
Cool.
Thank you so much for being a guest on our show.
Yeah, no, all good, John. Anytime, mate.
Thanks, Lee.